Come on. Surprise, surprise.
At least you didn't fall for that, my god. Oh. Those egg
You got
things.
a speech, Damien?
Fabergé eggs? Fabergé?
Anything you want to say?
They know who I am now.
That's it? That's all you got?
Hey, fuck you. Look at you. You plowed over people to get to a mob boss. You think you're absolved because your cause is what? Noble?
You played me. That's what this is about.
I played you. Clara is as much your fault. So is your niece. That's why you sent your family away, right? They know what you are. You play a beautiful game, but sometimes you still lose.
Blah, blah, blah. Jesus, you guys talk a lot. What are you doing here? Sorry, pal. New contract. Kick it over.
Hey, where is this?
What?
Surprise.
Come on, kick it over.
And the other 6 guns you have hidden in your coat.
Oh, you're hilarious. You know, you guys take things far too personally. That's your problem. That's why this went wrong. There's lessons to be learned here, fellas. Up, phone 2. Give it to me.
Up.
Come on, hand it over.
You seriously didn't see that coming? I was purposely trying to shoot him in the leg.
I don't know what Damien wanted in those final moments. Death, I suppose. I thought I could fix the little girl's death, but instead it led to all of this.
Meh.
Exposed lies, corrupted kings, a broken city. And me, changed man. I don't look back anymore. I don't regret. I look forward. Everything is connected, and I'll use that to expose, to protect, and if necessary, to punish.
Dun dun dun. I am the Watchdog King. Because it's kind of like it's like a crown. Alright, that was, as you probably guessed, Watch Dogs.
Once again,
Hello.
Mayor Rushmore is
Oh,
dead.
snap.
Police are not revealing any information. The leaked documents found extensive corruption and deep ties between the mayor and the Chicago South Club leader, Lucky Quinn. Did the mayor
Duh.
kill himself over this exposure? Or was he executed?
Normally, it's not people don't
Director of
suicide by
Public
shooting
Relations,
themselves 5
Charlotte
times.
Gardner has issued a
Oh, it's
statement
her.
regarding the recent CTOS troubles. We knew all along that our CTOS network would be a target for hackers of
Oh.
all strengths and
No,
skills.
not her.
It's been an excellent proving ground to demonstrate how robust our system really is. We're so pleased with the results. Our firewall security withheld the worst of the attacks, and in some cases, trip switches closed the systems off before any access could be gained. Your personal information remains secure. Our CTOS network is restored to full operations.
Huh. They're right, they can hype that or spin that any way they please. Am I...
In a world where we want to spend more time with loved ones, be active in our communities, have safer, healthier homes and cities, Bloom Industries listen to you and your needs. We are embarking on a global journey. We want the world to be a community. CTOS 2.0, focusing on you, putting you on the global stage. CTOS 2.0, making smart cities even smarter.
So am I gonna let you let me do my mini review?
Next, an interview
No,
with a woman
that's
who
all right.
claims to know the vigilante, Aiden Pearce.
Bitch, she's going down.
Renowned child psychologist Yolanda Mendez is with us. Dr. Mendez, your story is extraordinary. You actually know Aiden Pearce, the man we know as the vigilante. Tell us how that came about.
I met Mr. Pearce through the family. His sister.
This was a surprise to us. We couldn't find any information about him at all. It's great that you've come forward. You were treating her son for trauma?
Yes, well, naturally I can't discuss any of that. Not even their names.
No. We wouldn't ask you to.
Oh.
But that's how you met Aiden
She's
Pearce.
boned.
What's he like?
It's impossible to say for certain what he's really like. He masks his personality, and he's very good at it.
Is he?
It isn't like someone playing poker. This is a very smart man who is looking to gain the upper hand in every situation.
And you're writing a book.
Yes, I am. It's a book about the whole experience.
What experience?
A study on Mr. Pearce. I really wanted to explore this complex man's mind.
I talked to you twice.
I'm sure it'll be a fascinating read. Dr. Mendez, thank you.
Yeah, she's totally going to get kidnapped because she knows about his wife and kid, or wife and nephew.
DedSec has had enough. Our warnings have fallen on deaf ears. Our reputation has been attacked by weaklings such as Default. Heed our final warning. There will be a reckoning. We are vigilant against the Watchers. We are capable. We are unstoppable. We are at war.
Oh, you crazy kids.
While a statement from the Commissioner's office acknowledges the recent decline in criminal activity, the vigilante known as the Fox is only given the slightest praise for his crime-fighting efforts.
Be rescuing somebody.
An anonymous source told our reporters that members of the police department are more enthusiastic about the vigilante than they are allowed to publicly disclose.
So I wonder if some of this stuff would be different if you weren't
started with a trail
like,
of evidence and the arrest of Joseph DeMarco.
a good person.
But Chicago law enforcement are assuring the public that their investigation into human trafficking is far from over. Not long after DeMarco pled guilty to all charges, police confirmed that an employee of the state government had evidence connecting the governor of Illinois to the human trafficking ring.
Yeah.
City officials are picking up the pieces from the shocking chaos brought on by a massive CTOS malfunction. The city experienced major power outages, bridge disruptions, and thousands of dollars in damages. While CTOS is back online, many are raising questions about the safety features needed to run a complex system in a major city.
I'm bleeding here. You?
I'm holding up.
I got one last bone for you to chase. Maurice finally gave in, then suddenly he was all talk. I'll give you a location, the rest you can work out yourself.
That's business, huh?
Yeah, that's right. It's all business.
Jordy's like that. Tidy fixer. Keeps the loose ends clean. Maurice is one of his loose ends, and he's ultimately my problem. He's the one who shot my car, killed my niece. I want to say we're different, but I don't know anymore. How many people have I hurt? Killed? Who deserves to die?
Whoever you decide needs to and can kill.
Who decides that?
You, obviously. You got the gun. But yeah, I think there should be there's interesting dynamic with Maurice. I'd have liked to have seen something where you try to save him or save his. I'm Batman. Oh.
1, 2, 3, 5. You here to finish it up? Clean out some loose ends. I know you'd be back. Guys like us, we don't know when to stop.
We're definitely not going to kill him.
It's done. You're the last.
There is no last. You're in it now. I warn you. These guys, they're like nothing you've ever seen before. You fucking think it's over?
No. But now they have something to fear.
What the fuck? What's wrong with you, man? Huh? You're fucked! You get that? We're both fucked! Fucking shoot me! Come on. Huh? Make you sleep better at night. Kill the guy that killed your niece. Good for you, you selfish fuck!
Let's see what else he says.
Yeah, I deserve it. But ain't gonna change anything. Nothing ever changes.
Not even war.
Maurice is living his own private hell. He's a victim in all
I'll
this.
leave him locked in there.
And I've seen enough death. He's gonna get a second chance. We both are.
Interesting way of doing the ending there. But yeah, see, like, the whole Maurice thing I find very interesting because, and if you look back on it too, it's pretty fucked up. Like, you fucked him up pretty bad. Well, Jordy fucked him up pretty bad to be technically correct, which is the best kind of correct, but at your order. Anyway, but he fucked him up, but then you look back and you realize that he only did all the, good God, at the credits. Good Christ almighty. That's insane. But yeah, it's like he did all that just to save his own wife's life. Just like you did all this bullshit just because they killed your niece. And then in the end they fucked him anyway because you lived, and they sold his wife off to, or girlfriend or whatever, off into the human trafficking ring, which you busted up. So I mean, did you end up saving her? Like, I don't know. I think it would be interesting if there was an ending related to that, where you find her and rescue her and return them or whatever. I think that would be pretty cool. That'd be more fucked up if you return them and then shot him. That would have been, or shot her. Oh, that would be like awful. But slightly hilarious. But anyway, this is where I give my mini review. I'm going to give like a real review later on after this. But I like to give a mini review during the credits. Overall, I think it was a great game. I very, very much enjoyed it. It wasn't revolutionary. It wasn't as much as the marketers built it up to be, but it never is, so I really wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a fun game, and I got a very, very fun game. The hacking was a lot of fun. Like, at first, I thought, it's probably going to be like a little gimmick, but it was actually really fun using the hacks when you're being chased, or especially when you're prepping for a fight, like, turning off calls for reinforcements, or blowing stuff up, or using a track to pull guys over and then blowing up a gas main or something. That kind of shit was really fun. Or just using it in the middle of a fight, like quickly hiding and then popping between cameras and then blowing up grenade, and then while the guy's out in the open, shooting him so he drops it and kills somebody else. Just stuff like that is really, really cool, very dynamic. What's the hip word that we use now? A very I can't completely think of the word. I can't think of the word. Anyway, very dynamic, very new gameplay, so everybody's playthrough will be a little bit different as how they approach things and what went down exactly. But the story, I actually liked the story. When it was special appearance by Aisha Taylor. Aisha, I can never remember how to pronounce her name right, but yes. Anyway, story, I actually liked the story. Again, it was pretty typical. The whole, like, guy going to get vengeance for his dead love, who, turned out to be a relative this time, which, that's fine, whatever. And, ended up become a hero in the process. Yeah, pretty generic. But overall, I still did enjoy it. I enjoy seeing how everything was kind of tied together with Maurice and the Fixers and Lucky What's-His-Face and the Mayor and CTOS and the Project Bellwether. How all of that kind of came together behind the scenes was pretty neat. Unfortunately, Clara, what happened to her really sucks, but oh well. They went my hopes of him living. Clara, no! But yeah, the story was really interesting. I enjoyed it. As far as activities, the side activities, there was definitely a good amount of things to do. There was various online modes that you could do. The gangster infiltrations, the convoys, the finding the bodies, the QR codes, the VR trips. There was definitely a whole lot to do. I do find that some of them were a little overly repetitive. I felt maybe there was too many of them, which I know seems silly. It's like, well, if there's too many, just don't do them all. I kind of feel like, as from a design perspective, it should be done such that you do them all, and when you get done with them, you feel like you're just at the edge of, there were just enough of these, but not too many. And I think there was one of them, was like 40 of one of those fixer missions. That was pretty crazy. And, you know, some of them were going to be dynamic just by their nature, like the convoy ones. Those tend to be pretty dynamic, even though you're roughly doing the same thing. But things like the QR codes were pretty similar. The privacy invasions were pretty samey, but it was worth it to see the various funny or fucked up things that people were doing. And some of them were like pretty serious, like that actually did make me kind of take a step back and go, wow, that's just fucked up, because not because of some contrived mechanism, but because of this is things that people deal with in real life. In particular, I'm thinking about where the couple are lying in the bed, and he's got cancer, and she's like, we're running out of money dealing with your cancer. You know, I'm working 2 jobs. And there was other subtleties, like you had to highlight over her to find out that she was working 2 jobs. He's not working, and is draining all his money, all of their money, to keep him alive with his cancer that's going to almost certainly kill him. It's just it is such an awful thing to think that, like, oh man, it's honestly would be better on our family if this person stopped being alive because of the financial strain they're putting on us. And it's such an awful thing to think, but at the same time, it's probably in that person's head in a way. And of course, they would almost certainly never admit it out loud, whatever. But I think personally, I think that was pretty powerful. It's not like it hits home either. I don't have like luckily I don't have any family members who, you know, currently have cancer or anything. But that one in particular stuck out of my mind, just because it just really made me think about that situation and some of the unspoken realities of what's going on in some of the family members' heads who are directly affected by it. But anyway, all that was really interesting. I liked all the little things that you could read about people when you highlight over them. I don't know why it's still kind of doing this. It's just kind of floating around. But the music, I have no idea. I had to mute most of it. Can I just hit there? I think the credits. I'm going to hit escape. I hate hitting escape during the extras because I'm afraid it's going to skip something, but
thanks to you, CTOS Network has had a successful year. With CTOS Chicago setting the standard, we're proud to announce an expansion into other major cities across the country and around the world. There's no better way to bring the city right to your doorstep. Look for CTOS 2.0 in the new year. CTOS, the future at the touch of a button.
Bloom, the new umbrella. Log off. I woke up in my car. Let's get out of our car. Nope. Get out of our... There we go. Alright, so yeah, it does just kick you right back out. So that's pretty cool. So I can go and finish up other missions if I so chose to do so. Did I actually get a reward? I was just an achievement for that. But, I don't think I got any... Oh, I do have skill point. Oh, right. I had this, and I totally forgot about it. Hey, let's do it just because. Actually, no, I want to get the crafting, because then I can make everything. Not that I would really probably ever really use it, but... And I'm max level anyway. I think. Yep, 50. But yeah, overall, I think it was a great game. As far as a rating, I give 2 ratings. One on a 1 to 10 scale, and I use the entire scale, meaning a 5 is an average game, about as much good as bad, with a 10 being an amazing, perfect game, which nothing ever gets a 10. I would give this game about... I'd give it... off the cuff, I'd say about an 8 or 8.5, which is very, very high for me. I'd probably be more around an 8. The missions did start to get a little repetitive near the end. Some of the missions had kind of shitty checkpoints. I feel like the enemies, there wasn't enough enemy variety and difficulty. The difficulty scale basically went from easy, 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 slightly less easy to holy shit, this enemy is ridiculous, aka those guys with the armor. Like, there wasn't a smooth progression. And if they wanted to make any encounter difficult, they basically just threw those guys at you, which is unfortunate. But yeah, overall, I'd say about an 8 on this game. As far as a price, how much would I suggest you buy this for. If you're the type of person who's going to do all or most or a lot of the side missions, kind of like I did, where I did most of them just at least enough to get to the reward, and some of them I did just for story reasons, I would say full price, $50 to $60. I put a lot of hours into this game, probably at least 50 to 60, maybe, and I'll probably do more, especially if you're the type who thinks you might be interested in some of those PvP modes. Absolutely full price. And I could see myself going back and playing some of those offline or off camera just for fun. Which is, I actually did not expect that at all. I expected not to give two shits about the PvP. And I think I said that many times. But some of those modes are actually pretty damn fun, if not exactly balanced. But still fun and enjoyable. And I might make some videos later where I do the PvP modes as kind of extras. But yeah, 50 to 60, if you're the type who's going to mostly stick to the main story mission and not do a lot of side activities, which blows my mind, but hey, whatever floats your boat, then I probably wouldn't go more than like 30. I think if you just stick to mostly story missions, it's going to be relatively short. 30 to 40 would probably be the max, but again, if you're just playing the main missions, that's just so bizarre. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, like my videos if you like them. That does help me out. Make sure to comment. Let me know what you thought of this series as a whole. Follow me on Twitter. And I'll see you in Watch Dogs 2.
Lighten your burden, friend. It's what God would want you to do.